Hey everyone, I just wanted to show you how I made this little mini album right here. And I'm going to keep zoomed out just because I'm going to be bringing in bigger things. But this is what the album looks like. It's a little Polaroid album. And then it has Velcro right here to keep it closed. And then it has a few pages. I didn't want to make it too bulky, but I'm just going to show you the basics and how to put this together. And it's very, very simple. It's actually the accordion fold, which everybody has seen. I just wanted to show you how I put this together. And this is using the Just Simply Live stamp set from my creative time. And this is the actual die right here. Looks like this, and this actually detaches, but I just kept it on there just because I didn't want to lose it. But this is something new, but she has her signature stitch all the way around. It's so cute. I love it. This is like perfect for smashing, and I'm actually going to show you guys a video on that later. But this is what they look like once they're cut out. So super cute for pictures and whatnot. So let me get started. So I cut out a few of these already, and when you cut them out, you have this left over. This is part of the die. This is right here, and this is where your sentiment goes. First, I measured the width of this die, and I believe it was about 2.5 inches. Yeah, 2.5 inches. So for my binding, this is just I cut a 12 by 12 strip into the 2.5, the width of the die. I don't do tutorials, but I just really wanted to show you really quickly how to make this. So I don't like really talking on videos. Let me just show you really quick. I score it at every 1/2 inch for my width. So I'll cut that right here for now. And all you do is just fold those in like that. And you can use your bone folder to crease them, but I'm just going to do this really quick. Put it together. I usually just, this is just the craft cardstock from Recollections. So I just back it with that way it could be a little bit thicker, just like that. So when I actually adhere it to the cardstock, I adhere it around the edges. So you want to put your glue around this side right here, because you want to be able to slide your when you do it, when you cut it out, you're looking at the stitches, because you want the stitches going, you know, where the stitch is actually, I don't think you can see it, but where the stitch is actually inward. You don't want it to look like that where it's sticking out. Okay, now I cut some of the paper for the binding a little bit shorter, just because I kind of had an idea of how long it's actually going to be. Here's the 4 that I made, and they're all covered, and they are distressed as well. Let me show you how I start gluing these. Well, let me show you, and then then we'll do it. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm in the camera here. So what I do is I start at the end, and then I just grab my first one and make sure it's the right side with the stitching, obviously. And I just glue this portion of it. So I'm going to have this one. I'll leave my my end flap there. Glue this part, and I usually try to glue it. Well, not usually because I've only done this once, but I glue it right here, right in the center. Just remember, actually do it to the edge, just because you know you're going to have to slip in your little piece of paper. Now, if you want to put in your pictures, I highly recommend you do it now, because it is really hard to get the pictures in there once it's assembled like this. So see how these are coming out? Well, none of them are glued down, that's why they're coming out. But see, they're just popping out. Well, I recommend you cut these out and then slip them in here. Actually, slip them in here, see, like that, and then glue the sides, the edge, so they're not popping out. Or you could also use back it with chipboard or something if it's not sturdy enough. But I recommend you do this first so you're not messing around with it later. So and I'll add pictures later. I'm not going to do that right now. So I just, this is why I don't like this glue. It dries out really quick, literally. So I just put this little bit of glue on here. Now remember not to get it at the edge, because that's where your pictures are going to slide through. So you just hold that down. And then you're going to do the next little peak here. So your base of your book. Now this extra flap, it really is just extra right here. But what I did for this one, right here, see how there's this thing right here? Well, what I did is the excess, I wrapped it. I trimmed it, then I wrapped it like that. But because I don't really like that paper, so we're just going to trim that down. I'm going to trim it and then put some other paper over that, so it doesn't have to be pretty or anything. So I'm just going to glue that over and then put a strip over that as well. So I think that one's really, really cute. Just make sure your strip is the length of the actual album, because you want it to go around. And I do not have any measurements right this second, but obviously, well, we already said it was 2.5. So that's about right. So what you do is you wrap this around to see if you're going to have enough in. Yeah, you have way more than enough there. Let me use my trimmer to make it a little bit even there. And then, sorry if I keep saying and then you just, then you glue this right here. Do you see how I have a little, I'm not pushing it all against the binding there? Well, that's because you want it a little bit open. You don't want it completely shut, otherwise it's going to be really tight. So let's just stress this. Now this time is where you get your punches out, and you could punch a really cute, like, you know, flower on the edge. And I had done the Martha Stewart one on my other one, not this one, and I didn't like it, so I changed it. So let's just put a little bit of glue there. This is why I make fast forward videos, because I am so boring when it comes to videos, and I don't like talking to myself. I'm just taking advantage right now when my kids are at school. Okay, so that's pretty much the basis of this album. So then you have your little album, and it opens up like that. And do you see how this is a little bit, you could put a little bit of glue on there. Just make sure you don't glue the top portion shut, because you don't, then you can't get your pictures in there. Now, I mean, now you could just decorate it. For mine, this last one, I just got a piece of paper. One of the little banners. These actually look like washi tape, don't they? They're so cute. Well, this is part of the die. This is the die right here, see? Looks like washi tape. Well, to me it does. So all you do is this is Velcro. I just put some Velcro right here. And then I just left it loose and wrapped it around the other side. I glued the back and then put the Velcro right here. So that's how that stays shut. And because it's a Polaroid, it flips up like this. So I just put a little bling thing there, and it just opens up. I'm sorry if I am not in focus. I'm probably too close there. That cute? Gosh. Look at my little flag. This is actually the flag. I just folded it, and I just stamped a little heart. Also my Creative Time stamps and a little wood veneer. I'm just so in love with this. And see, this is the back. Actually, I put Velcro on the back too, but you don't have to do that. So that's basically it. It looks like that. And visit my blog. There's gonna be pictures and things, close-up pictures of the album. But that is basically it there. Now, if you want to add, this is when you add your embellishments. Also, you could just like wrap some you know, fabric or trim around this to make it look, you know, totally different. I mean, there's so many possibilities for this die, but that is basically how you assemble this little album.